One of the things that really frustrated me at the debates was that, and I tried to wedge in on this issue, but there was no question. I mean, 70,000 Americans die a year from opioid overdose.
Leading cause of death.
It's a Vietnam in you.
Yes.
Just to put it in perspective, right? You know how we protested the Vietnam War, and we had decades of kind of legacy of it? This is one of them every year in our country. When this thing is done, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people have lost their lives, which has a ripple effect on families and communities. And there's going to be a foster care crisis around this. There's going to be
It's bipartisan.
Absolutely. So I actually, rolled out my opioid plan today, coincidentally. And it touches all aspects of this, because as you know, Gideon, because you've probably been close to it, there's a lot of things that you need to do.
Yes.
Obviously, the economic conditions that contributed to the creation of this, we have to deal with. Because economic despair and economic insecurity creates the environment where people turn to addiction. That's the first thing. Secondly, we have a mental health crisis in this country. An absolute crisis. Every family is affected by it. And there's a few reasons for that. One, it's stigmatized, which we have to change. People have to talk about it, be comfortable talking about it, because if it's not a disease, anyone should be embarrassed by it any more than you should be embarrassed if you break your leg. And we have to create a healthcare system that puts it on par with physical health. There's a lack of parity. Like New Hampshire's a great example. Your Medicaid reimbursement rates for mental health are so low in this state, they're half what Vermont's are, that there's very few mental health providers that accept Medicaid in the state of New Hampshire. I think that's been a contributing factor to why there's an opioid crisis in the state. So part of my healthcare plan calls for creating that parity with mental health and physical health. So those are some of the big drivers, right? Economic conditions. But then we actually have to get at this specific situation. Because the reason we've got to fix mental health and the economic conditions, because even if we deal with opioids, there'll be another thing. So, but as it relates to the opioids, I think we have to change prescribing practices among physicians. They need to do things like, if they give a prescription for more than 3 days, there has to be a lengthy waiver if the patient's exempt. We have to look at other forms of pain management, because people do have pain. And we haven't actually done enough innovation around pain management to create another alternative for people who are actually dealing with pain and need pain relief. So we got to do that. We have to invest in treatment facilities, right, heavily, and we have to, as you said, back evidence-based. Because in my experience, I've done opioid roundtables in New Hampshire, I've toured facilities. There are a lot of best practices that are actually working. And there's some things they have in common, but sometimes they're just doing unique things that are unique to their communities. We have to make sure they have the resources to do that. And I've got a big budget to do that that's paid for by putting a tax on the opioids themselves. Right, so that creates actually the real hard intervention. And then we got to do things to make sure this doesn't happen again. And the best way to do that is hold the manufacturers accountable. Because I believe these companies knew this was happening. They knew, because what happened with opioids is there was some early scientific research that turned out to be deeply flawed that said that these weren't addictive. It was actually a very prominent article in the New England Journal of Medicine that a lot of people attribute a lot of the opioid issues to, where they basically did this deep scientific work saying these things aren't addictive. It turned out to be totally wrong. Even the best minds commit a mistake. But I think people knew how addictive these were. These pharmaceutical companies get data every single minute on drugs they're selling. They had to know that there were 28 times more opioids being consumed in Appalachia over a 5-year period than there had been before. They knew it, and they didn't do what they had to about it. And there's got to be accountability. And there's got to be criminal, prosecutions around this, so that you send a message that we're not going to tolerate this happening.